Today we are breaking down the total cost of owning an industrial generator. Buying the unit is step one. The real value shows up when the generator starts on demand, carries your load, and stays healthy year after year. That outcome has a cost profile you can plan for. I will walk through new versus used options, fuel choices, commissioning, maintenance, and a few snapshots from the field in Colorado, Florida, and Texas. Generator Source supports facilities from 20 kilowatts to 4,000 kilowatts. Our teams in Colorado, Florida, and Texas handle sizing support, logistics, commissioning, load bank testing, and ongoing service. The goal is simple: on-demand power when it matters, with a cost plan you can defend. What outage risk really costs? Start with impact, not hardware. List your critical loads and estimate the cost per hour if those loads go dark. Consider lost production, restart time, spoilage, service level penalties, and safety risks. Even modest sites can see 5 figures per hour when HVAC, process equipment, and IT are down. A properly sized generator and a matched automatic transfer switch reduce both the duration and the severity of loss. Sites that exercise equipment and run scheduled load bank tests see fewer startup surprises. When you factor in avoided loss, backup power is not only insurance, it becomes a source of measurable return. Here's a simple model you can use. First, estimate the cost per hour of downtime for your critical process. Second, multiply that by the hours of outage you expect in a typical year for your region. Third, compare that number to the annualized cost of the generator and the transfer switch. Fourth, add the risk reduction you gain from regular testing and maintenance. This frames the decision in numbers your finance team will understand. What makes up total cost of ownership? Plan for more than the purchase price. A realistic budget includes freight based on size and permits, rigging and crane time to set the unit on the pad, fuel system or gas tie-in, automatic transfer switch integration, commissioning and a witnessed load bank, preventative maintenance through the year, parts and consumables, and fuel management for diesel or storage planning for propane. If you want alerting, include remote monitoring. At the end of the life cycle, include resale value or the option to redeploy. You should quote freight by dimensions and route, not miles alone. Match rigging to lift height and reach at your site. Commissioning should include settings, alarms, and a witnessed load bank with a signed report. Preventative maintenance should match your usage pattern, criticality, and local codes. New units bring current engine and controls technology, a factory warranty, and options set to your spec. Depending on brand and configuration, you could be looking at weeks or months. If your project window is fixed, confirm build and ship dates before you commit. Low-hour, used units from a reputable dealer deliver immediate availability and a lower capital cost. Documentation is the key. Look for verified hours, a multi-point inspection, and a full load bank test with a written report. Over a 5-year window, a used unit paired with a strong maintenance plan often delivers a lower cost per protected hour, especially when the risk window is now. Match fuel to application, loads, and service reality in your region. Diesel delivers strong transient response for motor loads and step changes. Plan for proper exercise, periodic load banking, and fuel maintenance. Diesel units that sit at light loads can wet stack. Load banking raises exhaust temperatures and burns off deposits. Natural gas offers clean operation and long run times when utility gas is available. Verify gas pressure and BTU content at the meter. Confirm pipe sizing and regulators during commissioning. Propane works well for remote sites without gas service. Size storage for realistic runtimes and delivery schedules. Confirm local codes on tank placement and setbacks. Commissioning is where ownership starts. It is also where many projects set themselves up for long-term issues if steps are missed. A complete process covers fuel, cooling air, electrical settings, alarms, and a witness test. Our commissioning checklist includes site clearances and airflow, fuel quality verification and gas pressure checks, breaker settings and controller configuration, automatic transfer switch function with transfer and retransfer timing, and remote monitoring setup when required. We finish with a witnessed load bank at stepped loads and provide a signed report. You leave with proof that voltage, frequency, and temperature stayed within spec across the test. That report supports your insurer, your internal auditor, and future resale. Low hours do not guarantee health. Engines that sit still age. A disciplined maintenance plan keeps reliability high and protects value. Our PM1 service focuses on inspection with oil and coolant samples. It is scheduled monthly, quarterly, or semi-annually based on risk. Our PM2 service includes PM1 plus oil and filter changes and a periodic load bank test. Load bank testing raises exhaust temperatures to prevent carbon buildup and wet stacking on diesel units. Fuel maintenance includes polishing and testing for diesel storage and delivery planning for propane. We can schedule after hours, coordinate with production, and bring rental power if your process cannot stop. Field snapshots. In Denver, a manufacturing line needed 480 volt power. A 600 kilowatt diesel arrived with a 12-lead alternator. Our technicians reconfigured voltage from 208 to 480, verified controller settings, and ran a witnessed load bank. The site passed a full building test within the week. The team chose a used unit to shorten the risk window ahead of a seasonal ramp. In Jacksonville, a healthcare facility installed a 500 kilowatt natural gas generator with a new transfer switch and remote monitoring. Commissioning included gas pressure checks, alarm mapping, and a full function transfer test. The facility moved to a PM2 plan with quarterly exercises to align with policy. In Austin, a data workflow center needed rapid deployment after a utility event. A 1,000 kilowatt diesel in stock shipped within days. After a crane set, commissioning and a witnessed load bank confirmed performance. Skip the fluff and go straight to proof. The most important source of truth is the nameplate and the data plates on the engine, the alternator, and the controller. Confirm hours and make sure condition and records match. Stick with brands that have deep parts support. Caterpillar, Cummins, MTU, Generac, Kohler, High Power, and Multiquip are common in our shops. A 12-lead reconfigurable alternator gives you flexibility for 480, 240, or 208 volts. Verify the controller model, inputs and outputs, and remote monitoring options. Check the enclosure. Weather protected versus sound attenuated can decide local noise compliance. Review the fuel system, the emissions rating where applicable, and any accessories such as block heaters, battery chargers, motorized louvers, and external breakers. If a detail is missing, ask for a clear photo of the data plate and the test report. A complete file is the mark of a careful seller. Here is a simple checklist you can use today. 1. Confirm critical loads and the voltage dip you can accept. 2. Run a load calculation with a qualified engineer. 3. Choose fuel based on runtime, logistics, and local pricing. 4. Decide on new or used based on lead time and your risk window. 5. If future voltage changes are likely, ask for a 12-lead alternator. 6. Budget for freight, rigging, commissioning, and preventative maintenance. 7. Require a witnessed load bank and a signed report. 8. Set PM1 and PM2 schedules and put them on the calendar. 9. Enable remote monitoring and route alerts to the right people. 10. Keep reports and lab results ready for insurance and resale. We support every major brand from 20 kilowatts to 4,000 kilowatts. Each used unit receives a 31-point inspection and a full load bank test in our shops. Our EGSA certified technicians handle sizing support, rigging coordination, commissioning, and maintenance. Branches in Colorado, Florida, and Texas allow fast site walks and service response across the Mountain West and the Southeast. Learn more about the cost of backup power by visiting generatorsource.com.